Well, perfect. As we wind down this session here, I'll open it up kind of a quick hit question because all of this depends on one thing, and it is the network. And Wes, you brought that up. So, Wes, I want to ask you the question. Brief. How does connectivity impact care delivery outside the hospital? Because this is a hospital without walls.
Well, I think it has, just off the top of my head, I would say there are three things that it impacts. And it is, I think, the top three things that makes your carrier decision. Number one is who can reach the furthest reliably. I'll mention reliability as a secondary thing, but who can reach the furthest? That's your penetration. That makes rural less rural. That brings it into the mainstream. Number two, who can do it more securely? And then number three is who is going to come in and partner with me and make investments with me to solve the other problems that I'm going to have as I continue to drive value in that rural environment, because security and reach is one way that will give me success, but then I'm going to have to continuously serve and add more services to them, which means that this vendor that I use has got to have the ability to solve these yet undiscovered problems. So they've got to have the culture of always reaching for excellence themselves, and then a capability to solve that unknown problem that I've got so I can continue to offer more services to my customers. Because I've got to not only reach them, but I've got to constantly add and add and add and add to increase our customer experience, and also for our revenue to add services over that investment that I just made. I've got to ride new services over the investment or I can't get my return.
Wonderful insight, Wes, and thank you. Quick hit, John, over to you. Why does T-Mobile change what's possible?
Yeah, I think many people don't know that today T-Mobile operates the best 5G network in the country, best defined, by the way, in terms of what isn't known was how T-Mobile went from literally last place to first place. And that story was around the acquisition of Sprint when T-Mobile acquired the largest swath of mid-band spectrum in the country and made a commitment to the FCC to roll it out across the country. So today, 98% of the US population is covered with 5G standalone coverage by T-Mobile. And the 2% that is unavailable, T-Mobile has partnered deeply with Starlink to cover the rest of the country. So from an advanced architecture point of view, from a coverage point of view, and from leading edge technology with satellite communication. Simply put, today, T-Mobile holds, rightly so, the number one position as the most innovative cellular carrier in the country.
Thank you, all of you. Vineet, last quick lightning round. What must change in the next 12 months? Thoughts from you.
If you look at the overall wider environment, there are a lot of changes happening in the whole macroeconomic, the conditions from a healthcare perspective, where they can stress on the cost part of it, and then the whole AI aspect. I mean, there was one question which talked about it right now. So it's creeping in. So we think one, they need to primarily, especially the biggest thing right now threatening all the healthcare providers today is the cyber risk. One out of three hospitals get hit, and we recently hit, a couple of them have made news also. Very, very critical that they first get their stuff done, make sure that effectively they have a proper isolated recovery environment built out to ensure that thing works, because it'll be critical for care. It'll be critical for lives of people who basically trust on that hospital provider. That I would put across saying is in urgent terms that needs to be done. And beyond that, they need to slow, like what Wes was talking about, is build a strategy around saying is how the care can be improved.